What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 11 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Apologies for the gap. Holidays always are really busy for me, but hoping to get back into the regular sort of swing of things. I do have some cool teams coming up for, I guess, the new year, so look out for that. I hope all of you have been enjoying the holidays, however you choose to celebrate it. So hopping into a little bit about this team. This is actually a viewer requested team from SunneBolt. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, let me know and I'll make sure to fix it. This is a really cool team. It's a Zacian team. We've used a bunch of different variants of Zacian before, but this one is featuring Coalossal. So talking a little bit about the team, I did get a lot of notes, so hopefully we can put that to good use. So first of all, we do have a pretty standard Zacian. The one thing of note is play rough. I historically have not used play rough on Zacian. I tend to prefer substitute or imprison, as we saw, so really interested to see kind of how this works out. Breaking out of my traditional playstyle. Next up, Rillaboom, another really typical option. I am a big fan of knockoff on Rillaboom. I think it just offers a lot of good utility. We do have quite a bit of special defense, so really hoping that when looking at something like the Calyrex Shadow, we have a good way of dealing with that. So next up, Dragonite. Dragonite we obviously have to talk about with Coalossal. This is going to be our main way of proccing that weakness policy, right? We have Aqua Jet for that. We also do have Surf in one of those cases where we are looking at a follow me user, such as an Indeedee, or even a, what's it called? Something like a Togekiss. So having, I think, both options is really crucial. And also, we just have Ice Beam because this is a more specially oriented Dragonite. I think that's something really cool, particularly for things like Landorus, which can be really scary, particularly for Zacian. Having something like an Ice Beam on Dragonite just to deal with that is great. Next up, we do have Torn. So Torn is really cool here as well. We have Leer on it, as well as Swagger. So two things you don't see very commonly, and I think these are really good options. Leer being able to really help for Zacian to set up and get some big damage, and also same with Landorus, and also Swagger, because we are running Lum Berry Landorus, just that ability to say, hey, we're going to get to +2 before we can really hit you hard. So I think that's going to be some cool tech. Also Hurricane, pretty standard in the event that we do max. Having another form of speed control beyond Tailwind is always really nice. Next up, we do have Landorus. Like I said, this is a Lum Berry variant being able to be boosted by that Swagger from Torn. So hopefully we get to show off some of the cool synergies with that. Pretty standard. We do have Earthquake, Rock Slide, Fly. We also do have Iron Tail. I think that as a max option is really good. Steel Spike, getting those defenses boosted, like, can be really helpful. Our main, obviously, max is Coal, but having multiple options, particularly in something like Lando, is really great. And finally, we do have Coalossal. Everyone knows what Coalossal does at this point. If you don't, you haven't been watching VGC enough. It gets real big, it fires off a Vocalith, and it gets that chip damage. So it gets really big, really fast, and yeah. We have the code on the screen for people that are interested in checking it out. I'll also have the paste in the description. And with that, let's just get rocking and rolling and move into the first game. All right, battle number 1, and it is a Yveltal team. It is Yveltal Scizor with Rillaboom, Grimmsnarl, a Milotic, and Nihilego. So what? I really like Dragonite Coalossal here. I think that we do have a really good ability to set up. I think Zacian, obviously very powerful into Yveltal, very powerful into Rillaboom, obviously into Grimmsnarl. We do have to be a little bit weary of Milotic. So that's the question. How do we... I really like Landorus, but I'm very afraid of Milotic. You know what? Let's go for it. We have Overgrow on what's it called? On Coal, which I think is going to be important. So I think this is really going to be a tricky spot of, are you going to be able to set up in a position where I have to choose what I want to deal with? So like Milotic next to something where it's like, okay, I have to pick one, can cause some issue. But let's see what my opponent is going to lead with. It looks like we're Milotic Grimmsnarl. Perfect. Okay, so Milotic Grimmsnarl. I say we just go for the Aqua Jet onto Coalossal and go for the Overgrow onto Milotic. I did do a game in practice where I got paralyzed from a T-Wave, so that was fun. Hoping to not repeat that. We are going to see the max Milotic, so yeah, so that makes sense, right? That really is going to be your best option right now. I should have brought Rillaboom, but you know, it's fine. We're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna get Cole really big. So I just need what? I need not Trick and I need not T-Wave. Yeah, not Trick, not T-Wave. We're in good shape. I can deal with Scary Face because we should still be faster. So like I said, those Trick would be annoying. Okay, so we're gonna see we at least get the, oh, is that a crit? Yeah. I saw that damage and I was like, oh, well, so luckily we do, like I said, we do have max overgrow, so that's going to be huge. The big question now is what are you going to go for with Grimmsnarl? It should be Light Screen. Yep, we are going to see the Light Screen. So that's a little tricky, as now overgrow should not get the KO, but it should still do a pretty sizable chunk, right? I'm hoping for, okay, just kidding. I was like, it'll do over half. It's not going to. Okay. So now we are going to, yep, lose Cole. Cole's going to go down here. Unless you target a Dragonite, which you definitely did not. And yeah, a critical hit or not, we're going to go down. We bring out Zacian. Yeah, let's bring out Zacian at this point to really just try and get some damage up. It is light. Okay, Life Orb Milotic. Interesting. We did unfortunately help it a little bit by doing that. What? We go for a... I mean, Zacian's just such a beast. I feel like just going for a double up onto Milotic might be probably the best. Ice Beam. We can Ice Beam the Grim just for some extra damage. This is gonna hit harder. Let's go for a Sacred Sword here. What's tricky now is the fact that, yeah, you're gonna get the Reflect Up, and you're gonna just get off a Max Geyser boosted by the rain. So I don't really see a way for Zacian to, unfortunately, oh God, come on, just pick up the KO. Just, yeah. So we're probably gonna lose Zacian here. Hailstorm. Okay, wait. Hailstorm comes out into Dragonite. So this is doable because Zacian should be able to KO Milotic at this point with another Behemoth Blade. Which means we can bring out Landorus and yeah, because yeah, we're definitely gonna be able to KO you with another Behemoth Blade. We can bring out Lando here. Landorus can go for, I guess, a Rock Slide more than anything, because Grimmsnarl's not really a threat. So we just want to try and get some guaranteed damage, essentially. We have Iron Tail. Let's just go for Iron Tail. Let's Iron Tail onto the Grimmsnarl to try and get a double KO to really try and set up for the end game. We are giving Milotic a competitive boost, but at the same time, we're gonna outspeed it with both things. And given that we've seen double screen, I don't really fear any. I mean, it still is a potential scary option. Let's just go for this, and then hopefully we can get the double KO here. We are relying a little bit on accuracy. Then we have Yveltal in the back. Yveltal should be manageable. Fake Tears is fine. Fake Tears is fine because of the fact that we should get this KO. Right? If we don't get this KO, I'm actually gonna cry. Not actually, but like I will really cry. Survey says, okay, that Milotic is KO'd. Perfect. We love to see it. Zacian, why do you do so much damage? Yveltal in the back. Not really going to like Zacian. Oh, perfect. We connect with Iron Tail. Even, oh my goodness. Okay, I forgot about the Reflect. Reflect is up. We do have Play Rough for Zacian, or not for Zacian, for Yveltal. So as long as we hit that, that should be a KO. And we do have the ability to go for something like a Rock Slide to really help out with that. So let's see what else they have in the back. We could... not really worth it. I was going to say we could try and install out some more turns of Reflect, but that isn't really going to accomplish much as, yeah, we will see Yveltal come out. We are going to say, hey, let's risk it all on luck. Go for a Rock Slide and a Play Rough. I think just given the fact that they do have the Reflect up, I think we do unfortunately need to risk it with the accuracy of Play Rough rather than going for a safe Behemoth Blade. But still, like, we have 2 chances to get some really good damage. Yveltal shouldn't really have too much it can do to Zacian. We are at -1. We do hit. Okay, thank goodness. Oh, so close. Please say. We just need Landorus now to be faster and hit Rock Slide. You are weakness policy, so that's always fun. Rock Slide, perfect. Double Connect, perfect. Okay. We are going to get the KO onto the Yveltal, perfect. I can say perfect a lot. Grimmsnarl, nice. I'll take the flinch. I'll take that flinch any day. We do get some more chip on Landorus, which is fine. As Grimmsnarl gonna go down. Perfect. Okay, so 2-on-1. We have Zacian, which is just Zacian and Landorus. So that's really nice. We do have to potentially worry about. Do we have to really worry about anything? I don't think so. It's Rillaboom. Okay. Rillaboom. I'm just gonna go for a Fly, and I'm gonna go for a Behemoth Blade, because if you fake out, like, that's fine. You know? We're gonna just see. Okay, perfect. No, what's it called? No fake out. So probably a what's it called? The ground move, whatever. Yes, the ground thing into high horsepower. That's the word. In the Zacian, we should live. Yeah, we're gonna be able to take that. We're gonna get a little bit of recovery from the grassy terrain, and so we should. Barring any sort of like freak accident, be able to take this first game, which is always a really good feeling, especially with a new team. So yeah, it was definitely a little unfortunate losing Coalossal so early, but you know, we're able to put in some work in the end. This could be a Protect Rillaboom, but yeah, it looks like they're just gonna cancel. So overall, really solid first battle. My Lodic definitely was a little scary. I felt like, yeah, because I couldn't really have sacrificed Landorus for Rillaboom. So in that regard, like, it did make my Lodic just that much of a trickier matchup, but I think just Zacian doing so much damage really helped us out in this one. So overall, a really solid first battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is a Kyogre Coalossal team. Kyogre Coalossal, I'm guessing Urshifu Water. So Urshifu Rapid Strike with Incineroar, a Delmise, not something you see very often, and a Dusclops. So Rillaboom a must. Lando, so we could do Lando Torn. You have no Tailwind. So Lando Torn is scary. Rillaboom is a must. Zacian is a must. Lando Torn is nice because of the fact that we can KO Cold that way. Let's just try the same lead again with Rilla Zacian. I don't think that we can necessarily safely set up any other way. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, so this is a question of, will I get KO'd by Urshifu Rapid Strike going for an Aqua Jet in the rain? The answer is like probably maybe. Okay, Instant Dusclops. You know, not what I was expecting, but at the same time, I'm not upset with this. We can set up. So this tells me you're gonna try to. Let's see. You're gonna try and make it so you can set up Trick Room, and then use your Coal to sweep my Coal. I would very much like to just do this, and I could Vocalith the Incin. I'm gonna Volcalith the Ensign. I feel like you have guaranteed Trick Room no matter what. So by doing it this way, we can at least eliminate something that can cause problems to Zacian. We do have to be where, yeah, it's gonna cause problems to Zacian and Rillaboom. So saying, hey, we can't KO you anyway. Let's just try to get off as much damage as possible. Hopefully, we should pick up the KO and set up rocks. I don't think you have, given that this is your lead, I don't think you have your own Coalossal. You probably have Kyogre, which will cause some issues, but like not the worst thing in the world. We can cross that bridge when we get there. We will see the fake out from Dragonite, or from Instant onto Dragonite. Dragonite doesn't care because of inner focus, so that's really, we love that. Luckily, it's it's not a crit. So yeah, we'll get the Steam Engine boost. Let's try to, God, it's been so long since I've done this. KO the Ensign. Make it so even with Trick Room, we're still in a fine position because of the fact that we have Rillaboom. Yep, yeah. I don't know why I was worried about that. They still have their max, not a big deal. We know they have Kyogre. Probably not gonna have Coalossal. We can go for the Solar Beam as Oh, okay. So that's fine. I was planning for a Trick Room, but now we don't even have to worry about that. As, yep, you're going to do that, so we do have a KO potential onto the Dusclops. So that's always nice, but it really depends on what they bring out, because we can honestly leave Dusclops alone if it wants to do that. They're going to bring out their own Coalossal. We have Surf. So we can Volcalith and Surf. Yeah, Surf should almost KO you, unless... Is Volcalith super effective on Coal? Volcalith is super effective on Coal, that's cute. Let's Ice Beam your Dusclops, and let's go for a Volcalith on Coalossal. Interesting choice to bring Coal. No, I didn't want to risk the speed tie. If I had gone for an Aqua Jet to avoid my Coal, I guess I could have surfed. I could have surfed G-Max, or yeah, max guarded, and then Aqua Jetted the subsequent turn. But then the issue is like, oh, if you target down Dragonite, then I'm in a slightly awkward position. So we're gonna see you max. Okay, that's fine. We're just not gonna let you trigger your Steam Engine and your. We're gonna let you trigger your weakness policy, but we're not gonna let you trigger Steam Engine. You could go for Trick Room, but if you're going for Trick Room, that means you're only attacking one thing, and you're not attacking with that much damage. So we should. That's an option. That do be the option. Ice Beam comes out, and let's see if this is Trick Room. Okay, so this is Trick Room. So now we can play a fun game of. Oh no, we're burned. You know what? That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Let's Ice Beam the Dusclops again and go for the Volcalith onto Coalossal. We are at +2. They are not. So I'm hoping that kind of plays in our favor. We do have priority Aqua Jet because we're burned. It's a little risky. But what we can do is we can bring out Zacian and use that to our advantage, assuming that we live with Dragonite. That's a thing. Okay, so you're gonna proc your policy. Volcalith gonna come out. Okay, this should be into my Coal. Yep, we should go down. Okay, that's fine. Because now what we can do is we can Aqua Jet to trigger your weakness policy. I mean, not your weakness policy, your Steam Engine, which means that Zacian will be able to hit first with Behemoth. I mean, not Behemoth Blade, with God, I should have just gone for Surf. Haha, we'll take that. Okay, so Dusclops, assuming we can get you frozen for a turn, Dusclops becomes a not issue. Um, yeah, so we bring out Zacian here. Your policy is already triggered. So let's go for the Aqua Jet to get you to +6 speed. That means that we'll hit first, and then we can go for a Sacred Sword, which should, in theory, pick up the KO. Aqua Jet here, and Sacred Sword onto the Coal. So yeah, we just need Dusclops to stay frozen for a turn. I mean, I don't actually know what it'll do if it unfreezes, but you know, I don't want to figure it out. So this is actually a really good use of Coal. I didn't expect the Trick Room option. I'm guessing my opponent just didn't know that Dragonite has Inner Focus. So, got that burn. Yep, we're gonna get you to +6, which is great for us. Perfect. Well, we love that. We love you being frozen. Sacred Sword comes out. Please KO. God, I hate this game. Max Flare. Okay, Max Flare is fine. Into Zacian. Zacian is going to go down. But this means a couple things. So one, Zacian is, not Zacian. Coal is now faster than Dragonite. So it'll go after. So we have that advantage of threatening. Yeah, we can threaten Kyogre with a Rillaboom, because you cannot max it. So we have that option. We have Surf, which will be, yeah, I'm Assault Vest, and it's not very effective. I don't care about. Oh, no Ogre. So this is a very important turn. Oh no, it's not an important turn. I have Fake Out. I don't care. Yeah. So what we do is we go for a. Oh, this is actually. We go for a Surf, and we go for a Fake Out onto the Urshifu. Because now we've procced your Steam Engine. This actually changes a lot. No, it should still be fine. We should still be able to KO with Surf. We have the guaranteed breaking of the Sash using the last turn of Rocks. So, okay, Detect, that's fine. You probably Double Protect. Oh, no double. Okay, no Double Protect is interesting. This lets us get off the Surf. It's fine. We're gonna take a little bit of chip onto Rillaboom, but like, who cares? As boom, yeah, it did a whopping 6 damage. Great job. Love that. We're gonna recover all of it. We're not gonna recover all of it because of the rocks, but we'll recover a good amount of it off. Oh wait, okay. They could come back from this. I don't think they can come back from this. Let's go for an Ice Beam and a Grassy Glide. We could just Wood Hammer. I'm gonna Grassy Glide. I feel fine with it. The fear is Focus Sash, or you just live. Well, okay. Dragonite's gonna hit Ice Beam. This should KO at this range. Perfect. Max special attack. Yeah, it's max special attack, right? Yeah, we love to see that. Okay, so definitely a little bit of a scary one. I think Kyogre I was really afraid of. And I think Kyogre over. I think both had their merit. I think bringing your Shifu said, hey, I really want to set up Coalossal to do that mirror match, and I think being able to proc the weakness policy, the Steam Engine on our end was huge, right? Because then under Trick Room, we could say, hey, you dropped your speed, but we're going to bring it right back up to kind of negate that whole thing. So overall, still a really good second battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and speaking of some mirror matches, we are looking at a Calyrex matchup. So it is Calyrex, Coalossal, Dragonite, Incineroar with Thundurus and Urshifu. So this is a very big question on leads, because I can either punish the Calyrex lead or get screwed. Is there a way? Because the thing is, like, I can very easily just do this. This is hard. This is very hard. feel like this is our best bet. Like Tailwind is so tempting. Not bringing Rillaboom hurts, but it's only good against Calyrex. Torn, is it better than Lando because of... Am I gonna regret? No. I'm gonna bring Torn. I think having the ability to... what's it called? The ability to set up Tailwind is important, especially versus something like a Calyrex, where damage is going to matter. If we can get our Coalossal obviously faster than theirs, that's going to be huge. So this is a question of like speed, right? We are modest max speed, so we should be outpacing the majority of historical. Okay. So we're seeing Urshifu Rapid Strike with Calyrex. We have options here. We can Aqua Jet Coal for Grower Shifu. This seems like a really obvious play just to protect Calyrex, which, like, you know, yeah, it makes sense just to be like, oh, I'm going to protect Calyrex, then I'm going to Surging Strike into you, which, like, puts me in a bad position. But, you know, yeah, we kind of have to, because what? If we go for hitting into Urshifu, if Urshifu is sashed, all we're doing is setting up terrain. And, okay, so they're not going to max, which is good for us. And that, yeah, so we're going to get off the max with Coal. We could see a Protect. Protect would be annoying, but, like, not the worst thing. We should be able to survive the hit from Urshifu, I'm hoping. We should see a Protect. Yep, we are going to see the Protect. So I think, like I said, the hit was obvious, but just given the fact that there is the chance of them having a Focus Sash, right? Like, let's look at this. I'm gonna lose Coalossal either way, and at least this way I can say, hey, I set up the rocks instead of just like doing nothing, and we should get good chip, right? Because worst case we bring Urshifu down with Sash. Calyrex is just thriving, but now we're in a better spot. Yeah, Surging Strikes, not a chance. Will we live 3? Survey says no. If only. I don't even think you maybe if you're like max defense, but why are you doing that? Okay, so we drop Rillaboom. We dropped Rillaboom. Rillaboom would have been great. Torn is tempting. Let's bring out Zacian. We can threaten what? Okay, so we're going to lose the speed tide. I mean, not the speed tide. We're gonna be slower than we should be slower than Calyrex. So what I'm thinking is we go for an Ice Beam onto the Calyrex slot and go for a Play Rough onto Urshifu to try and get the KOs this way, because we're gonna take the damage regardless. I'm assuming that with the second round of Volcalith chip as well as the damage from here, we should be able to get the KO. We do have to fear a potential max from Calyrex, but I don't think my opponent wants to max Calyrex. We could see you could try and preserve Urshifu. I'm assuming you might have your own Coalossal in the back, which is scary to think about. But what we can do then is we can go for a Sacred Sword and then a Surf to KO it that way. We are going to see the swap out from Urshifu. This should be into Incineroar. Okay, so Incineroar, not ideal, but not the worst thing. We will at least be able to get a little bit of chip going as, oh no. Okay, so it is going to be the thing that I feared the most, which is a max Calyrex. Zacian can live a hit. We are going to be able to at least... Oh god, I really wish I could now, but mistakes were made. Let's Phantasm into Calyrex. Oh, into Dragonite. Yeah, still, I mean, I got KO'd, so it works out. Interesting. We get some damage off. Yeah, okay, so your Life Orb. Please hit Play Rough. Boom. I'll take that. That's good chip. We're forced to bring out Torn. Rillaboom. I mean, Rillaboom would have been nice here. Oh, you don't have Protect. Tailwind and Protect. Oh, you don't have Protect. Okay. Please don't double up my Tornadus. That would make me very sad. You probably are going to double up Tornadus. You could switch out Instant to cycle Intimidate. I would be okay with that. Yeah, okay, so we get up. If we get up the Intimidate, we do have Leer. So Leer is helpful here. You're probably just gonna fake out. Yep. And you should target into Torn. Yep. So yeah, there's nothing I could have done there as just a result of not having... I mean, I should have attacked. Because now, yeah, at this point, we're going to get wrecked by Calyrex. So we could double protect and then still go down to Astral Barrage. But at least we would KO Incineroar. So let's go for the additional KO as you switch out. And say, hey, let's go for the double. I mean, we're meaning here. So overall, I think a solid first set of battles. We don't get the double protect. We will now go down to this max Phantasm because Calyrex is absurd. What? So if we had attacked with if we had attacked with Zacian, KO'd their Calyrex, we still would have lost it because we would have had to deal with an Urshifu as well as an Incineroar. And probably a Coalossal in the back, which they could proc their policy and then just go for a Heat Wave. So overall, a solid first day. I think one thing that makes this team a little bit difficult is just the glaring weakness to Ice and Water, where Ice you have no resist to something that has an Ice and a Water attack, so that makes certain matchups a little bit difficult. I think this matchup, I'm trying to think, like, I could have brought Rillaboom over Torn, and it would have actually made a really big difference being able to have an answer into Calyrex, right? Like, we have the very obvious fake out into the instant slot, which lets us put on pressure with Zacian on the right, and that could have really pivoted the game for us. So I think that was a little bit of my bad, but it's still, yeah, I think the glaring weakness to Ice with 4 Pokemon weak to it, and then one super weak to Water, and then Zacian not taking Water attacks really well can cause some issue. But still, I think it is a fun team. It is a cool take. I've never used Dragonite before as a proc for Calyrex. I mean, not for Calyrex, for Coalossal, and I think we could really utilize that in some cool ways. We will be playing some more with this team, just as I get my rhythm into it. I do want to show off doing Lando Torn, where we go for a Swagger and then an Earthquake to just try and get some big damage that way. So definitely going to be out for that. Once again, a huge thanks to SunneBolt for the team. We're going to play some more with it. Check out the team below, and until next time,